Welcome back, know-it-alls, and thanks for listening to the show. Your support is awesome. Please continue to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Remember to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss an episode when it gets released. You can find us on all social media platforms under the name Answers for Everything Podcast. We should be there. If we are not, let us know and we'll make it right.
I was hoping you were going to be like, oh, the new Charlie Ray, and you have a vagina. But
Yeah, there you go.
you got
What
yourself
do you think?
a mustache.
Yeah, I couldn't find me a green skull cap, or I would have been like,
So are you looking to go offer mustache rides, or what's up?
hold on a second. I had to put that on just for the effect. It is a cooling skull cap, so you can like put this in water and then it like helps cool your head off. So
Oh, nice.
I
I could
got
use
I,
that
I
shit at
got
work.
that. Yeah, it works perfectly with me having a shaved head. So because it was marketed with the cover to some brothers.
Ooh.
But like I said, I'm channeling my inner revolutionary. You know,
So I'm looking behind. I think your right shoulder. There's like 3 cardboard boxes folded.
these
Yeah, what is that?
those are photo album
Really?
books
We
for
just
my scrapbook,
you
my
you-
scrapbook
you
project.
scrapbook?
Concerts. I keep all my concert stuff. Like I
That's
put ticket
cute.
stubs in there and all that stuff. Oh yeah,
I do have a photo album of all my
yeah,
ticket stubs. I don't have any well, that's not true. My first U2 concert, I ripped open a bunch of newspapers in Edmonton because I'd never seen my favorite band before. And I have a bunch of
yeah,
shit from like 97 in the newspaper in Edmonton, but sometimes I get my wristbands for the floor and stuff like that.
yeah.
But on the most part, I don't really save anything from a concert. Nowadays you
Oh yeah.
can't. Everything's
No,
fucking
I know.
digital.
I know. I'm not real happy about that. And now if you want a hard ticket, if you can even get a hard ticket, it's like $5. They want five
Yeah,
dollars extra just to give you a hard ticket.
I know.
Here's your convenience fee. Ugh.
Yeah. The convenience fee. And then they charge you a hard ticket fee. You're like, you know what?
Yeah,
How about you just stop? Just stop.
yeah. How about you just quit fucking bending us over and using us like Madonna uses her husband
Well, I
or
mean,
used to?
I don't think that would be a bad thing. I mean,
I don't
not
know.
the alien looking Madonna now, but
No. If I woke up and that was riding me, I'd be like, get the fuck off me.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Madonna, I think hottest is Austin Powers era when she did that video with him.
Like what, mid 90s?
Late 97, 98, 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That
mid to late
that's
90s. Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
hottest Madonna.
She was like probably what in her like mid 40s.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, she's like 60 something now. So that was like 20. So heck, she might have even been in her late 30s.
Yeah, she looks like
So,
an alien and shit now. So trying to avoid that.
oh, I know. Me too. So anyway, I'm going to grow it back because this is not working for me. I just got tired of my beard and I was like, you know what? I mean, it'll grow back in fast enough. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I haven't seen the Charlie Ray face in 4 or 5 years. So
Yeah,
I
I've
thought
got
I'd shave it off.
I
I don't,
like when I
no,
shave because I look younger, but
yeah,
I've been told by certain women in my life that if I shave, I will be less attractive. So I'm gonna keep being attractive to them, I guess, if that's what a beard does.
yeah, I'd say that a beard probably helps both me and you.
Mm.
But
Well, I
as
mean,
far as as far as looks, as far as I think for the women,
we're no David
but
Beckham.
well, no, we're not.
And I'm just
Heck,
watching the David Beckham. There's a documentary on Netflix right now. It's like 4.5 hours long, and
yeah.
it it was produced by Fisher Stevens, and the first episode is
Oh
directed by
yeah.
Fisher Stevens. And I'm thinking like,
Wow.
wait, I like Fisher Stevens. He's directing shit now. I haven't seen the guy since he was on Friends like 3 years
Yeah.
ago, and before that, a couple movies from the '80s, right? Like Short Circuit and My Science Project.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, apparently he's a documentary writer and director. No
Well,
idea.
good for him. Good for him.
But
Good for him.
watching the Beckham documentary, like I don't like sports. It's not really my thing. But
Yeah, me neither.
I'm really into this, and I kind of want to watch old football footage now. which is really not my wheelhouse. And I'm marveled by how fucking hot the guy is. Like, I can't get over how
Oh,
fucking good looking this guy is.
he was just dripping with swag, man. The
Yeah,
dude just oozed testosterone and like suave, you know?
yeah. And
I mean,
I'm looking at his wife, and I'm just like, God damn you! Like, leave something for the rest of us. Just anything. Just
well,
anything.
he did leave something for the rest of us. He left us the rest of everything because we're not going to get Posh Spice. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd probably spend our year's salary just for, I don't know, lunch.
Oh,
You know,
that wouldn't even qualify. They wouldn't even take that.
exactly.
It'd
They'd be
have to be
like,
like a
I don't eat
firstborn or
peasant
something.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't eat peasant food. Do you have any
What
adrenochrome?
what can you sacrifice to me in order for me to sit down with you? Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a good
Here.
documentary. I don't watch a lot of documentaries, but it got me into football now. Like it literally got me excited about wanting to watch old football matches. And I fucking don't know where that came from. Super
And
fucked
you
up.
and you wonder why all those young ladies were like, "Oh, I want to bend it like Beckham." I
Oh,
bet you do want to bend it like Beckham.
oh man.
Yes.
Speaking of bended, I got I've got a couple Urban Dictionary. I don't know what
Okay.
you call them. I don't have the definitions, just the title and the word. And
Uh-huh.
I would like. It's really weird that you say that. Okay, so I've got a listener who
Mm-hmm.
always sends me stuff, and recently he sent me an Urban Dictionary word, and
Is this our friend that likes to take long trips and listen to multiple episodes?
no,
Is it?
this
No.
is a different listener.
Okay.
He
Well, shout out to that listener who I
oh hell
don't know
yeah.
his name and I won't say it, but shout out to that man. You are a national treasure, sir. Thank you for all
Shout
listening
out to all of you.
to
So
yes.
do you want the
Shout out to
urban
all of you. Yes.
do you
Yes,
want the
let's
Urban
hear him.
Dictionary?
Let's hear it.
All right. So he spelt it wrong when he sent it to me and I couldn't find it. He's like, hold on, I gotta wait till I go home so I can send you like the real thing. And then the wording changed. And then I found it and I was like, oh god damn, that's kind of gross, but kind of hilarious. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say it and I want you to guess what it could possibly be. And
Okay.
I'm gonna have four of them.
Okay.
So
This
the
ought to be
first one
interesting.
is Oreo Slammer.
Oreo Slammer.
Well, I mean, Alabama Slammer
Okay.
is a liquor based thing.
Right.
Oreo Slammer
Yeah.
is nothing to do with liquor.
I am going to say it. Oreo Slammer is when two brothers take a white girl and make an Oreo sandwich out of her.
See, that's a fucking great guess, but it's wrong. But
Yes.
that's a great guess.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you want to know what it is?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to say the definition, and then I'm going to do just like on Urban Dictionary. When you go to urbandictionary.com, they do
You
like
use it in a sentence.
they use it in a sentence. So we got
I will be on a
Oreo.
spelling bee. Oreo.
So Oreo Slammer is to shit in a girl's vagina, then come into the same vagina, and then mix it around with your penis. So I guess you get the dark and the white mixed together.
That's disgusting.
Oh,
And
yeah.
very much a UTI situation for the girl.
Well, for her, yes, not you. You're fine.
Yes. Well,
But
yeah, but you got to stick your dick in shit to come. Well, I guess you don't have to stick your dick in it. You could just shit in there and then you could jerk off onto it because that's first of all, I would never do it, but if that was the option, that would be the option I would choose.
and in a sentence, hey, did you hear Alex gave Jessica an Oreo Slammer?
Who the fuck comes up with this shit? And do you think somebody really has done it?
No, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Well, no, absolutely not. There's no way.
Not even in Dubai.
Maybe. I think there's probably places where you can buy
Yeah. I don't think any
anything.
girl's just going to be like, I volunteer for that.
Okay, you say that.
Ladies, if there's any ladies listening,
Yeah.
I use the term ladies loosely, so to speak, and you think that you'd be up for an Oreo Slammer, just email us or contact us. We're not going to
Please.
do one. We just want to know that you'd be willing to do one, that somebody exists.
So you say that, but you know what a Blumpkin is, right?
Yes.
So, would you like to describe a Blumpkin to the listeners who don't already know what a Blumpkin is?
Well, from what I remember, a Blumpkin is when you are taking a crap and a girl is giving you head at the same time.
That is true. That is a Blumpkin. And
Yes.
I worked with this guy when we were joking about Blumpkins, and he's like, "This may sound weird, but I think I might have gotten a reverse Blumpkin." And I was like, "All right, so can you describe this to me? Because I don't know if reverse Blumpkin's a thing, but if you think you've done it, I want to know." He's like, "My wife was in the bathroom taking a shit. I walked in there to grab the nail clippers to trim my nails, and as I was clipping them in the bathroom, she just pushed me around, pulled down my pants, and gave me head. So he still got head, but he wasn't shitting. She was shitting." And
So she was crapping and he was standing up and she was giving him head.
yeah, but then I was like, dude, like, first off, I know you're married, but why the fuck is the door not locked? Can you imagine taking a shit without locking the door?
Yeah.
Really? Even when I'm home alone, I close and lock my door.
Like, it depends. Depends on how hot the bathroom is. Sometimes I'll leave the door open.
What kind of
Sometimes,
shit are you doing that makes your
if-
bathroom change temperature?
No, I'm just hot. I just run hot. I'm a big guy, so I can
Hence
be
the
hot
cooling
sometimes.
cap that you just
Yeah,
showed me.
exactly. Yeah, I got like a cooling thing to go around your neck, whatever. But no, most of the time I shut the door. Even if I'm in a hotel room by myself and the door's locked with like the extra lock and the secondary lock, I'll
Yeah.
still go in the bathroom and I'll shut the door.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just habit.
I don't think I'm ever going to be comfortable enough to be taking a dump and have somebody walk into the bathroom to do shit in there. Ever.
Well, you know what? I mean, when I was married, my wife would do that. My second wife, not my first wife. Not very often though. She learned pretty quickly it's not a good idea.
Do you think you missed an opportunity where a reverse Blumpkin could have happened?
No, I would never walk in there on her.
Wow.
And it only happened a couple times with me, but you know, you know what? If I ever, I've never had this nightmare, but if I ever had a nightmare, it's like when I see the barracks at a military facility, and
Yeah.
there's like eight toilets, no doors, no nothing, and you're just like shitting next to everybody. Which I
Yeah.
understand, because if you're in the military and you're in war, it don't matter. You just shit wherever. But
Well,
I'm
I do
not
that
really
now. I'm not even at war.
I'm not like wanting to like sit there taking a crap and like hold hands with people on both sides. Me, hey, how you doing? What's up?
Oh, hey.
While staring directly across from some other guy who maybe had fucking 2 bags of White Castle the night before and is having a fucking major release.
Fair
I
enough.
don't need that.
No.
I don't need that in my life. I don't want that memory. I
No.
wouldn't want that memory. So, by the way, if there's any military members listening and you have experienced that, you have my sympathy.
And
So-
also reach out, send us a message, and let us know that it's happening.
Yeah. Well, I know it's happening. You've seen what the bathrooms look like? Jesus.
All right.
Okay. So
Number
moving
2.
on from Blumpkin. Yes.
Well,
So to
Oreo
speak.
slammers to Blumpkins, but now we got the Belgium dip.
The Belgium dip. Wow, that's so generic. It could be so many things.
It could, absolutely. And it might not have anything to do with Belgium or dipping.
I'm gonna say it's when a Belgian man rolls over and plays cuckold to a German guy who's gonna slam a French woman, just like World War II.
All right. Very specific. Once again, not quite right.
I didn't figure it would be.
So we've got Belgium dip. When a man or woman sticks his or her nose in another woman's vagina to sexually pleasure her. Or when a man puts his nose into a cream pie that he just left in a woman's orifice. So, in a sentence, Sally said that Bob was going to give her a Belgium dip after their coffee date.
Well, I can actually say for the first definition of the two, I have probably done a Belgian dip.
And you didn't even know it.
I didn't even know it.
You didn't even know it.
Even with this little nose of mine.
Yeah, I got a big nose. Belgian dipping. I do it
know.
quite often.
Shit,
quite
man,
often.
You could Belgian dip a couple at one time, Clay,
That's the plan. Roxanne style.
and do a Blumpkin.
No, my door's locked, and I'm not going in on someone taking a crap. I want to avoid it. I just want to avoid it.
There was one thing that I had. This one girl I dated. I won't say her name, but she was probably one of the hottest girls I dated. One of the best sexual experiences I ever had. No matter,
Was it my
pretty much,
mom?
no,
Okay, all
no,
right.
that was second best. But
Second best. Not bad, mom.
yeah,
Way to go.
yeah,
Hard to please Charlie
experience,
Ray, but you made the top two.
yeah. Well, anyway, she would always make sure that if we were going to see each other, she was made up for me. And I've never really had another woman that was like really like would make herself up just to look really pretty whenever I'd
Hmm.
see her. I mean, they'd be pretty as they were, which I was
Yeah.
attracted to, but I mean, but they didn't go out of their way to pretty up, and she did, and that was nice. It was nice to have that she just said that she wanted to look her best for me, which was nice. So you know that's where was I going with this subject? What were we talking about?
You were gonna reward her with a Belgium dip and then an Oreo slammer.
Yes, yes. Well, I wouldn't reward anybody with a Oreo slammer.
Not, not even my mom. Second place, dude. Come on.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
But the whole point being just that there was no way that somebody like her would like she probably wouldn't even poop if I was in the house. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
She wanted to preserve that mystery that she was always
Christine.
whenever
Yeah.
I'd see her. Yes. Yeah. And that's I guess that's cool. You know, I haven't had very many people like that, but it'd be nice, you know?
So hey, if you're a listener and you're
Yeah,
like that, just reach out. Drop us a line.
yeah,
Let us know.
yeah. On the other hand, I also don't want a girl to feel like she's going to blow up or have major gastrointestinal distress because she's afraid to fart around me. So that's, maybe not let out a 5 minute long ripper, but if you got a toot, go
Well, I
ahead and
mean, if
toot.
you're gonna do it right.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's about year two in the relationship. Then you start having fart contests with each other. So,
I haven't been there yet, but one day,
yeah.
maybe one day, when I
Yeah,
find that special someone,
but then it kind of takes away the mystery,
it
you
does.
know, you
But what if
know.
she opens Urban Dictionary and comes across this next thing, and you're like, "Well, we're gonna take this to the next level, baby."
Okay, well let's go for the next one.
It's called face squirt.
Face squirt or faced?
Face squirt, like your
Face
face. Your
squirt.
face is on your head. Face squirt.
Face squirt. Face squirt. Hmm. I'm gonna say after a woman's given you head and she hasn't swallowed, and then she just spits it all over your face. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know if you've read this one before, but fuck, dude, that is so close. So
Really?
yeah, here we go. Here we go. A face squirt involves a male ejaculating into the mouth of a female. Then, once finished, the female tilts her head to the sky and spouts out the ejaculate into the air, much like a dolphin releasing water from its blowhole. This transaction of semen is generally best administered with the female on her knees and the male standing above her. Although other variations are welcome, despite how messy they can actually be.
I
So
almost didn't say on your face. I almost just said and just spits it out on your body, in which case I would have been pretty much right on.
you would have been,
But
and you
yeah,
might have been able
yeah,
to fit into this sentence.
yeah. But you know what though? She's got to make dolphin noises after she does it.
of, of course she does. Of course she does.
Okay.
I had to get a ladder to clean the ceiling from Jenny's face squirt. Definitely not getting my damage deposit back.
Oh man, I can't believe I actually came really close on that one.
Yeah, man, that
That's
was awesome.
that's
I
very
was reading it. I was
surprising.
like, does he actually know this? Because that's pretty much almost exactly what it is.
I was starting it off, and you're like, okay, he's got that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
All
I guess
right.
technically it could be all over your face because if she's squirting it up, or your face is only like a couple feet away, so
Yeah, I mean, she's on her knees and you're standing. So yeah, it makes sense.
it's kind of like a not quite successful felch. No, not a felch snowball.
Hmm. We've all done snowballing. It's quite a normal thing.
No, not me.
Oh, well, then you're abnormal, my
Well,
friend. That's
maybe
all I
not on
can tell you.
purpose. Maybe not on purpose.
So
Okay.
the fourth one is called dolphin dick.
Dolphin dick is when you're at a bar in San Diego and you meet two orca trainers that work there that are really hot. Get them drunk, take them back, and they say, "Give it to me like a dolphin," and you fuck them while making dolphin noises.
Wow. You might have to put a
Not that
second.
I've had that fantasy on there before, but
You might have to put in a second meaning in Urban Dictionary using that.
there you go.
This one isn't as imaginative, but dolphin dick, the descriptive term describing an abnormally arched or curved male penis.
Wow.
You talked about bend it like Beckham, so I said, hey, I got an Urban Dictionary that has to do with bending.
Well,
And-
you know, I almost said something just about the dick in general, but I didn't know what I would say. So,
Man, so in a sentence, hey, I heard you hooked up with Jim last night. How was it? Amy looks you in the eye and says, it was different. He has a serious dolphin dick.
would it be like curved, like the back of a dolphin? So it's kind of like at a weird angle, so that like really the best way for you to hit her is from behind because you'd be going down.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it could work either way, left or always left, right, up or down. It's just got a massive curve.
Like, what do you call it? Like me, if you got like a crook in it that looks like a fucking L. Broken.
Unfortunate.
uh,
So if you want some more information on the dolphin dick, there's a video you should watch online. So if you just Google, okay, hey Jamie,
I'll Google it at work tomorrow.
hey Jamie, you want to bring this up? Charlie Ray, join along with Jamie here. Just do a search on it. You don't have to watch the video. Just look at the title of the video. But just Google "e-fucked." So EFUKT. 78% of his sexual partners quit. So e-fucked. All of you listeners at home, I'll give you a couple minutes. E-fucked. 78% of his sexual partners quit. So
I don't know, but I looked on YouTube first just for the fun of it, and there's a video entitled "Dolphin Lovemaking Video" that I'm gonna have to watch later.
You will, obviously. Maybe it's two people and they're making the dolphin noises that you want to make.
78% of his sexual partners quit. E-fucked. Let's see here. He's got a 7-inch penis.
Okay.
Is there a sound thingy I can turn off?
You want to hear the girls being angry, so you should leave the sound on. But anyway, yeah, just feel free to watch that video a little bit later and just see how sometimes a massively curved penis doesn't actually pleasure anyone.
Well, the first part starts out, ow, holy shit. So
I think they talk about hitting their kidneys or something with it. So
this is legendary pipe layer Big Red. I want to be known as a legendary pipe.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. 7-inch penis, and it's not so cervix friendly curvature. The end result tends to involve women screaming louder than Warwick Davis after the release of box office figures on Leprechaun 4 in space. Just the description of it's hilarious.
Yeah, the description's funnier than the video.
Yeah.
But I guess we should probably spoil this under the rug and move on to the next part of the show.
Yes, definitely. Let's see if I close this. You know, you froze up on me video-wise. Yeah. Yeah, you're just like this.
Oh, shit. So am I. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not moving. Your lips aren't moving or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the split screen right now. You're moving and I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
That's really weird.
Yeah. That's the way I like them, baby.
I look handicapped. I wish my mouth was
moving.
My mouth should have been open.
I wasn't gonna say that, but you got that derpy eye look.
Yeah. It's like you caught me mid derp.
You're thinking, I want some of that dolphin dick.
Oh, that's so weird. It's still frozen. I hope the audio is okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, the sound's coming through fine. I just don't know why it's frozen. I thought maybe when I played that video, it did something, but that's why I just closed the page completely. But it didn't make it start working again. So
I don't know. I watch a lot of those videos, usually on multiple open windows at one time, and my phone never freezes.
No, wait a second. Okay, Justin, quit listening in. I know you need some stroke material before the cabinet meeting tomorrow, but come on, JT.
He doesn't need any material. He just deflects.
Yeah. That dude's like a pinball.
Like 8 years later, and I don't think he's answered a question from anybody in the House of Commons or the media. Not one question. Yes. Pretty amazing.
I'm still amazed he answered the question that got him elected. How are you qualified to be PM?
My last name?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Anyway, so all right, so no more Urban Dictionary and no more dolphin dick,
No
and
more Urban
apparently,
Dictionary this episode, but there's gonna be.
yes,
I kind of like
yeah,
having a
I
guess.
like this. I like this. I like this. You give me a name. I won't start like looking stuff up. You just give me some names, and then I'll try to guess what they are and make up whatever I feel like it should be, and then we'll see what it really is.
Works for me.
Yeah,
I spend quite a bit of time on Urban Dictionary, so I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to give you.
sounds good. So what do we want to talk about? We want to talk about our most recent travel
Yeah, we
experiences.
just got back from
Yeah, so
like what, 5 days
yeah,
ago? 6 days
yeah.
ago.
Just last weekend, you went. Where'd you go again?
I went to Las Vegas.
And I went to Los Angeles.
Hmm.
So, so my question is, as far as discussing this, do you want to have each of us tell our whole story, or do you want to go over segments like, hey, like how was your food experience? And then you talk, and then I'd talk, and then how
All
was
right.
this or whatever.
Let's
What do you
do
think?
segments.
Let's do segments. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go first? You want me to go
Sure.
first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So we're talking food.
Yes.
Nothing really exciting in the food department. I got to go to In-N-Out Burger, which I don't get to do very often, so I was pretty happy with that. I didn't know there was one on the strip. Usually I go to the one like off Highway 15 behind Excalibur in New York, New York. I walk like 20 minutes. But there's like one right on the strip. I don't know if that's a new thing or not, but delicious.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Busy as shit as per usual when you go to In-N-Out.
Crazy busy.
Yeah, not enough tables, not enough seating, too many people lined up. Typical, right? It's just what you expect. And yeah, it was good. And
Yeah.
went for buffet at Caesar's Palace. So all you can eat everything. Crabs, shrimps, Asian food, prime ribs, desserts. I went crazy on the desserts more than anything.
Oh yeah.
I was mesmerized by that. I guess it must have been some sort of a bridal party, but there's like a girl dressed in white, then a bunch of girls dressed in pink, all wearing the same stuff. And they kept coming back with like 2 plates each with just like, it looked like 10 pounds of crab legs on each plate. They were just like piling up crab on the fucking, that's all they were eating. Just so much crab. It was fucking crazy.
So before you go on about this, just in
Yeah.
general experience, have you ever noticed? I think women love crab legs more than dudes do. I
I don't
feel
know.
like that.
I don't eat seafood at all, so I'm just confused as
Oh,
to
okay.
how they could only eat the one thing again and again and again and again and again. Seems weird to me.
Well, you got to get enough food. I mean, well, okay, let's look at it this way. I don't know if you've seen this video about this Atlanta girl situation, but she was being made fun of quite a bit online, and it was a black woman, and she had been talking about how this guy had been trying to take her out. And so after a couple weeks of him pestering her, she said, "Oh, I was bored. I figured, hey, I could go out and get some food or whatever." And he basically invited her out for drinks. Well,
All right.
he took her to this place, and apparently it was known for their oysters or whatever. And so the oysters were 12 for $15. She proceeded to order a total of 48 oysters. 48 oysters plus other food and drinks. So anyway, in the middle of this, dude basically dipped out, paid the waiter for his drinks, and adios her, sent her a text message and said, "Hey, I invited you out for drinks, so enjoy paying for your food or whatever." He says, "I'll
Yeah.
pay for," he said, "I'll Venmo you money to cover your drinks because I invited you out for drinks." I
Yeah.
whatever. And so, yeah. So it was pretty funny, but the point that I was going with was about,
I was talking about buffet
oh, yeah,
crab.
buffet and crab legs, yeah. So the thing is this. There's a lot of things that you can eat a ton of that don't really fill you up very much. So obviously this girl was able to eat 48 oysters. I wouldn't eat 48 oysters. I might eat 12 oysters. I wouldn't eat 48 because I don't think I could stand eating 48 oysters.
Like I don't eat seafood at all. So
Yeah.
the oysters are small, are they not? Are
Oh
they not
yeah,
like
they're pretty small. I mean, yeah, you could totally eat 48. It's just what did I have? I had down in when I was in New Orleans, I had some, what was it? Was it oysters or was it? I think it was oysters. It was like oysters on the grill, like grill. I don't know. They were delicious. I ate just like one order of them because they weren't cheap.
yeah.
I mean, they weren't super expensive, but I mean, they weren't cheap either. I didn't need to eat 30 oysters or whatever, but they were awesome. They tasted great. It must be an entirely different mindset that maybe most of your life you've never had to pay for food when you went out. I don't know what that's like to where I can just
Uh-huh.
look at the menu and just go, "Bah, I don't have to pay for it. I can order whatever I want."
Yeah, no, I'm paying for the bulk of the food.
Yeah, yeah,
So things get pricey,
yeah.
especially if somebody's ordering $60 worth of fucking oysters
Exactly, exactly.
when they got invited out for drinks.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be that guy. It's like, hey, look, if you go out and spend this much money, you owe me something. But if you go out like on a date, a first date, and you're wanting to drop like $150,
Yeah.
there better be a payoff in that. Because I'm sorry, ladies, if you feel free to contact us. But
Yeah.
this whole thing, well, what are you providing for this whole evening that I plan and take you out and do this and do that? Oh, they get the
The
pleasure. They get the
company.
pleasure. They get the pleasure of my company. Well, you know, I have lots of guys I like to hang out with and have pleasure of their company. But if I want to be with a woman, I want pleasure that goes a little bit more than just company. And
Well,
not that I'm
oysters aren't aphrodisiacs. So maybe she was getting ready for a great evening.
well, I guess if she can show you how to slobber down some oysters, she can slobber down something else that tastes like oysters. I don't know. Uh, kind of got that texture, Blumpkin. But I don't know. I am totally jaded. I meet very few women that inspire me to want to just go out and just drop, half a week's paycheck on a date. Sorry, I might do that for a special, I mean, these people today are just fucking insane as far
Yeah.
as what they expect. Oh, for a first date, I saw some. Oh, for a first date, I expect at least a couple $100. Bitch, I don't even know you. Like that line from Thanos. I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
She's like, you ruined my entire life. Bitch, I don't even know who you are.
You took
Yeah,
everything
you
from
took
me. I
everything
don't
from
even
me.
know who you are.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I want a $200 meal. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, but
I've had so many first dates where I've dropped a good amount of coin. Oh, I had a great time. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We'll see you, whatever, later on that night. I don't think we really were a match. Bitch, enjoy my fucking half day's work or a day's worth of work for you to go out and just slob some food down.
so how many dates do you think she's going on in a week?
A lot. She's a straight up 304. You know what a 304?
No, I have
You,
no
you never
idea.
you never heard that. You never heard that slang
It sounds like
304.
a highway.
Okay. If you had a calculator, imagine 304. Okay. The number 304.
Okay.
Now turn the number upside down.
Oh, that's a terrible thing to call a woman. I guess you're not paying for them, but you're paying for dinner. So there's a transactional part of the
Well,
evening.
let's be honest. The way I look at it, everything in life is transactional. Everything is. It doesn't matter what it is. So, I mean, whether we're prostitutes for going to work for money, or they're working to take care of the family, and you're paying for everything, it's all transactional. It's just how do you sugarcoat it, and how do you look at it, or do you just call it love?
So you're done. You're done dating.
No, I didn't say I was done dating. I
Do,
mean, mostly I am. I said unless I get to the point where I find some sweet lady, maybe outside of the United States one day, but who knows?
so when you're dating somebody, like online dating, you haven't met them yet. How long do you text before you guys go on a date? Do you think?
Less than a week. I usually try to move it along right away because I'm kind of like, what's the point of texting for days? Because you text, you talk, you text, then you meet, and it doesn't click. It's like, well, you just spent 4 or 5 days and several hours of bullshit. Just
So
meet up and
do
see if
you
there's any chemistry.
so do you think maybe texting for longer would give you a more inclination as to whether or not splurging on the dinner would be worth it? Right? If you rush to it, you didn't know if you could gel with them texting wise. And then they're going to be like, yeah, we're not really a match, but thanks for dinner. You're like, I kind of wish I texted you for maybe 2 weeks before
I, I
I knew for
really,
sure
I
that I
really
didn't want to go on an actual date with you.
Yeah, I really don't know that I like the whole concept of a whole big whoop-de-doo first date anymore because a lot of times with these people, I mean, it's like usually before, like let's say, like say you used to go into your favorite store or whatever it was, maybe it's a grocery store, maybe it's a comic book store or whatever, and you see a girl and you see her quite a bit, and you're like, oh, she's really cute. I like to ask her out. You talk to her a little bit, you kind of get her. You kind of gauge the temperature, see if you kind of click with her. She knows you, she sees you, you ask her out, or she's a friend of somebody and you have some kind of thing. But when it's somebody who's online, it's basically a completely random stranger for the most part, almost, completely random stranger.
Yeah.
You should just meet up. I mean, and of course, women will go, well, it's not worth my time. But, I think you should just meet up for like at a coffee house or for a drink or for
I've done
whatever.
the coffee houses. I've done the drink. I've done the appetizer. Then it goes to a dinner and then it goes to a movie and coffee after to talk about the movie. And I just find that like, cause you're talking about just dropping all the coin, right? Just dropping so much money into it. And then she pretty much tells you to fuck yourself at the end of the night. And you're like, well,
Right.
I guess that was cool.
I could have done that and saved myself $150.
I could have gone out for dinner by myself and just spent half the amount of money and enjoyed my own company.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I see online girls are always just like, oh, I don't want a texting buddy. Let's go on an actual date. But then now you're saying like usually the dates just fizzle out. They're just like, hey, thanks for the food. Peace out.
Yeah.
So do you think they're trying to get the free food to say peace out? They're trying to see who treats them better on the first date, who spends more money on the first date? Do you think they want to push through to meet?
I would say some women do. Me. I'm very jaded about the whole relationship thing at this point in life. So
I don't think there's an easy way to do it. And I do notice that there's a lot of people that when I first started online dating like 5 years ago, they're still on the same apps because I'll swipe them as like, oh
yeah,
been out here for like 5 years. Like, you haven't found anybody? But then I'm thinking like, wait a minute. I'm still on here 5 years later. But their write-ups are just like, oh, I'm looking for the one. I'm looking for the one. I'm looking for the one. I'm my partner in crime. I'm looking for my first kiss from someone.
Well, yeah, they're looking for that 1%. The guy that's 6'2", has over a 6-inch dick, makes six figures, has enough money that he could easily take care of her and she doesn't have to work, yet he doesn't have to work very much so he can spend time taking her and travel. Yeah, that 1%, that unicorn man that they're all searching for. The magic man.
Oh, like the video I sent you earlier with the girls are always trading up to dating. Like they'll never date a guy who is a line cook at like a fast food cook. Like they won't. They won't date a dude who works at Burger King. They're like, why would I do that? But a guy's just like, you work at Burger King? Sweet, let's go on a date.
If I met a cute girl with a good personality that worked at McDonald's, that would be fine.
Yeah.
Would I also be the type that, again, like you say, women always say, well, I'd be there to help support my man. Now they want to push their man to make more money, but I would just want her to be doing something that she's happy doing. I wouldn't necessarily expect her to have to go. I'm not going to tell her, hey, go out and make six figures. I just want her to do something that she enjoys doing. Because I doubt she probably really enjoys working at McDonald's, but the thing is, for me, that matters is that I'm attracted to her and she's cute and healthy and has a good personality and wants to be with me. That's the number one. But
likes Oreo slammers or reverse Blumpkins.
Yeah, exactly. It's adventurous with me.
Is that too much to ask? Come on, baby, Oreo slammer.
Mention that on the first date.
Go get me the two brothers. We can do an Oreo slammer while you watch. You're like,
yeah,
damn, fuck.
Yeah. You heard the Charlie Ray interpretation. I don't know. I'm the last person to ask about. I used to be the romantic type, and I just am not anymore. I don't think that I'm necessarily qualified to be a person given relationship advice.
So what you're saying is this episode of Answers for Everything, if the questions about relationships, Charlie Ray shouldn't be answering.
Probably not, but I will anyway. Because why not? Yeah.
Well, it's an answer. It's not necessarily right, but it's an answer.
No, we never claim that they're right answers, but what is the best thing everybody in this world likes to do? Tell everybody else how to live their life because they don't have to work on their own. Like today, I realized I'm one step closer to being a hoarder. So hey, good for me.
Only one step?
Well,
It's a big step.
now I've started having way more food than I can eat. And if you ever watch any of the hoarding shows, you start seeing how they have a lot of food. I was trying to organize my kitchen today, and I realized I have enough food for now. There's two ways to look at this. Either it's hoarding, and it's a step closer to me confronting that and seeing a therapist, which is probably not going to happen. Let's be honest. Or two, it's smart because World War III might break out any second, and thank God I got 90 cans of soup to get me through it.
Do you really have 90 cans of soup?
Almost, yes.
Yes. I want you to tell me right now, how often do you eat soup?
Well, the point was to have something that was shelf stable and would last a while. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm getting stuff that's getting close to the expiration date that I bought like a year or 2 years ago. And so I've got to start eating it before, the expiration date, it's not really expired. It's the best by date. It's usually good past that. But yeah, I'm getting to the point where stuff is starting to, and I'm not eating it fast enough because I'm usually eating other stuff. Like, I'm like today I had for lunch, I made some pulled pork tacos.
Delicious.
Oh yeah, it was delicious. I got some cilantro and some onion and had a little bit of verde salsa on it, and a little bit of some jalapenos. Oh, it was and some tortillas. It was nice. But I've got enough soup. Basically, I got enough soup that if I ate a can a day, let's say I ate a can a day on my work days,
3 months? Oh, more than that, because you don't work
almost 5 months. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I'm thinking like, I work 7 days a week. That would take me 3 months to finish.
Yeah, so basically, I have enough food that I could probably get to the point where I just spent maybe another, like probably just like occasions I go out to eat. I don't need to go to the grocery store really for food. Now I do go because I have to pick up stuff for my mom, but I don't really need to buy groceries. The problem is I go to the store to get her stuff because she can't drive.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, hey, that's on sale. Hey, that's on sale,
I don't think like that. I like that. I'm gonna buy 2 of them.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. You watch those hoarding movies, and they're always like, "Well, I couldn't pass that up. It was too good a deal." Like you ever see? You should watch some of these episodes are hilarious. We should watch that and discuss it sometime. But these people that are extreme couponers, and they'll have like they'll go in their basement. There'll be like shelves of stuff. And there's like 50 things of toothpaste. They're like, "Yeah, there was like 20 cents a piece." Well, I used all these coupons or whatever, and I'm like, "Yeah, but you got 50 tubes of toothpaste." Yeah. And they just have tons of stuff. And I'm just like, anyway, the whole point is this. Much like everything else in my life, food has now become something that's becoming overwhelming to the point of stuff. And now I'm like, okay, I gotta get this gone through. So, man, we're really devolving from our trip on this one. But
I'm pretty sure you're going to start making a lot of soup.
Yes, a lot of soup.
Mixing together.
Yeah.
But, I've got a little treasure trunk that I put my stuff that I purchase from whenever I travel or if I go to like an import shop. And when I was in Vegas, it's an import shop to me because I'm from Canada. So when I'm in the States, I buy US shit. Did you see that Cheetos street corn that I bought?
I did. I actually saw that in a store, I think, actually in LA too.
It's so good. I didn't buy it. It's like chili lime cheesy corn. Cheetos. It's really, really good. It was awesome. But I think the 2 things that I bought that I kind of wish I didn't buy, but I'm glad I bought. I was doing just a walk down the strip, stopping in at anything I could, looking at stuff, taking pictures, having a drink, grabbing a Chick-fil-A, grabbing a slider from White Castle, what have you. And I ended up down at the far end by the Luxor. So I go into the Luxor, and casinos, they're meant for you not to leave, right? There's no window. Right. It's all dark. It's confusing as fuck. There's
no clock.
That's right.
No
multiples
clock
of the same machine. You don't know where you are.
Right.
And there's also a lot of little stores everywhere. Like every third corner has a little tiny convenience store in it for people that need to buy whatever the fuck they need so they can sit back down and gamble more. And I looked in this one, and all I saw was Japanese labels for their Lay's chips and their Pringles. just a bunch of Japanese writing. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. But then it's all mixed in with American writing. So there's American stuff. So there's a whatchamacallit and a Crunch Bar, and then there's a box of cereal from Japan, and then there's sour cream and onion Pringles, and then there's something Pringles that I don't know what the fuck it is because it's not in English. And I was like, this is a really weird fucking store. Like, it's a convenience store that sells Band-Aids and nail clippers and perfume and like single shot booze, like those little tester bottles.
Yeah.
Zippos. It sells everything, as in most of these casino stores do. And then I saw that Snickers, whipped raspberry.
Right. Oh, these are those expensive ass Snickers.
Yeah, and then Snickers butterscotch. I was like, oh, cool. Those look neat. I grabbed them. I looked, there's no prices. I look at the box, there's no price. I look at that whole shelf, nothing has a price on it. And I go stand in line. I'm probably like third in line, and I get up there, and the girl working, she goes, sir, you know, these are $10 each. I'm like, no, I don't, because there's no prices on anything on that shelf. She goes, are you sure you want to buy them? I'm like, why would you be selling them and then try to not sell them to me? Like, I'm already in line. I'm already here. I'm never going to see these again. I'm on vacation. Just fucking, here's $20. Thanks. So I paid $20 which is like $27 Canadian for 2 Snickers bars. I had the butterscotch one last night. Dude, it is so fucking good. Amazingly good. I'm saving the raspberry one because I'm like a raspberry fan. And Snickers usually doesn't disappoint with any kind of variation they put out. Snickers is pretty consistent. And on the way back from the airport to my house, I stopped at this little gas station called the Tempo, and they usually have US stuff there. I can buy whatchamacallits there. I can buy white chocolate Reese peanut butter cups. I can buy shit that I can't buy in Canada at this little thing. And it just cost a little bit more money. And they had 3 Snickers I'd never seen before, but they were all in Spanish. One had a picture of a coconut, and I think it said cocoa on it, which I'm assuming
that sounds tasty.
Coconut.
Yeah.
And one, I couldn't read what it was, but it had a picture of like a sliced open passion fruit. And I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds pretty good. And the other one just looked like a bunch of nuts. So it looked like a Snickers bar, but the cross section of it was just nuts. I'm like, well, Snickers is full of nuts, so this doesn't, I don't think this is any different. But
at least you didn't have a picture of balls on it.
Well, I mean, I would have bought 2 in that case. Yeah, I brought all 3 to the front, and they were like $2 Canadian each, so like a regular candy bar, a little bit more.
I was gonna say they weren't $10 a piece then.
$10 US, mind you, right? There's a fucking exchange, and it's gonna haunt me to the day I die that I spent $20 US on 2 fucking chocolate bars. But
yeah, she didn't even give you a handy out behind the register.
Maybe she was trying to do that, like trying to like dissuade me from getting the chocolate bars and be like, hey, I got something cheaper.
But
I was just like, no, I want these. I'm in line. Fucking bill me. And she's like, dude, you're missing out on the best hand job in Vegas. Anyway, I go to the counter to pay, and the guy looks down. He's like, have you had those before? I was like, I have not. He's like, my friends had them. That one right there. And he points at the passion fruit one. I'm thinking passion fruit chocolate sounds pretty good. And he's like, they said that one tastes like dirt. Like literally you're eating piles of dirt. And I was like, oh, he goes, are you sure you want to buy it? And I'm thinking like, what the fuck is it with you Snickers salesmen that don't want me to buy your shit? And I was like, this
report to the Snickers hotline, man. You got anti-Snicker people out there selling Snickers.
Yeah. So, and if any of you work for Snickers, the Tempo outside Edmonton is trying to like make people not buy your product. And the lady working at the Luxor also doesn't want you to buy your product. Yeah. But yeah, I just looked at him. I was like, dude, I just spent $20 US on 2 other Snickers, so this $6 isn't gonna break my bank. But,
hey, it averages them out. 5 Snickers for 25 or 26.
Yeah, you know, it's still high, but
still $5 a Snickers, but still, wow.
So yeah, the passion fruit one, I had it the other night. Great, like it tasted like passion fruit and chocolate, exactly how you would think it would taste. So I don't know.
Was it like dirt?
No, not at all. No dirt whatsoever. But yeah, that butterscotch one, I'm mad now that I only bought one for $10 because I would have liked to have had another one. And,
wow.
But they're from India. If you look at the wrapper, the butterscotch one and the raspberry one are from India. So I don't know what that store was. It was India, chocolate bars, Japanese Pringles. Fucking weird. But yeah, that's the extent of my food from Las Vegas that I can think of. Oh no, There's another thing. Drinking, right? People drink in Vegas. That's what they do. That's their thing.
Right.
And we got back to our room at like, I don't know, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, like super late. The lights are off. And the person I'm with is like, hey, I'm going to go put the bottle of water in the fridge. Do you know if we have one? I go, yeah, there's one underneath the TV stand over there. And I was like, just don't take anything out of it because everything's like weighted. Cause this is a good, like staying at the Venetian. It's a little bit classier than staying at like the Super 8 or whatever.
Right.
And I know if they fill the minibar fridge, as soon as you move it, you get dinged for whatever it is. And it's not a normal fucking price. You know, it's a ridiculously stupid price. Even though liquor in Vegas is cheap as shit, the little shots inside that fridge are probably like $12 each.
Jesus Christ.
Right. So,
well, yeah, it's the Venetian. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I didn't look at it. I just knew that the fridge was there because I saw that it was there earlier on in the day. And I was like, just don't take anything out. And then she takes a bunch of stuff out. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm just taking stuff out to make room for my bottle of water. I was like, but now that there's weights in there, we're going to get dinged. She goes, that's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Why would that be a thing? I was like, all right, whatever. We'll figure it out tomorrow. The next morning, like I wake up, I have a shower, and I open the blinds to take a look outside, like the scenery that we have, which you saw wasn't very nice. And
right.
I was like, I wonder if the thing is weight. I wonder if I'm right. And I open the door to where the fridge is, and there's a big fucking sign that covers almost the entirety of the door of the mini fridge. And it says, each and every item in this fridge is under a weight sensor. Whether or not you remove it purposely or accidentally, it immediately gets billed to your room, to your credit card. And I'm looking at it, and she's got like 2 San Pellegrinos on the counter, one little shot glass thing on the counter, one bigger bottle of water on the counter. And I showed her, I was like, hey, check out the sign. She goes, what the fuck? Seriously? How much did I just pay for that? I'm like, it says go to like channel 12 on the TV, right? There's no prices on it. You have to like grab the TV remote, turn on the TV, go to the right channel, go to menu, and see the menu price. And you look at it. I go, those 4 things right there is like $43 US. Those
I was going to say 35, but geez. Yeah,
$43. She goes, I have to pay $43. I go, US. So that's like $55 Canadian. You're gonna have to pay for just because you move those 4 fucking things to store water. Like, are you serious? Like, why didn't you listen? She goes, I didn't think you were being serious. It sounds like something that's really stupid. I go, no, I agree with you. It is stupid. But we didn't drink any of it. I was like, we'll just put it all back in. I'll go down and talk to the front desk on our way out. It's not going to be a big deal. So we start walking down there. She's like, you're going to get in trouble. I go, what do you mean I'm going to get in trouble? She's like, it says whether or not it was moved on purpose or accidentally, they're going to bill you. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, it's all still there. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. Like this is what hotel front desk and concierge people are for, right? To help you out. And she's like, oh, I've got an idea. Tell them that I don't speak English. And I go, what? Like, I thought she was kidding. She goes, well, I'm Asian, right? So just tell them that I can't read English. And I didn't see it last night when I opened the fridge. We got home late. It was dark, which it was. I didn't look at the outside of the fridge. I'm fumbling around. So I was like, I feel really bad saying that an Asian doesn't speak.
Do you just use that she don't speak English routine?
And we went to the front, and I explained to the lady that, oh, I'm sorry, the person I'm with, she doesn't like speak or read English very well. She didn't read the sign, and she moved a bunch of stuff to put her bottle of water in there. She goes, oh yeah, don't worry about it. We can take the charges off your card. These things happen. And I was like, okay, cool. And then the next day, like when we were checking out, it was still on the bill. So it went down again. And the girl's like, oh, yeah, she doesn't speak English, right? I go, well, just barely. She doesn't really write it or read it, but she can speak some words. And then Jay is just like smiling and nodding, like looking at me and looking at her like a fucking moron, right? And the girl's like, okay, let me see here before you check out. Yeah, we'll just take that off the bill for you. And they took it off, and I just laughed, and I was like, I feel really bad because that's such like a racist thing. She was, yeah, but it was a racist thing against me, but it was my idea, so it's okay.
Right.
I would much rather someone be racist towards me and me not have to pay like
$55 for water
for nothing, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
But I was like, hey, you know why this happened? She goes, it happened because I'm a woman and you're a man and you're always right. I'm like, exactly. You may not be able to read or write English very well, but you know the rules of the world. And then she called me a fucking asshole. But
hey, you know,
just in case anybody is listening, she can read and write English very well. But yeah. She took it upon herself to take one for the team, which I wasn't going to pay for that shit anyway. I was like, nah, this is a you problem. I told you not to do it.
Yeah. So speaking of the reason why you went to Las Vegas in the first place, I see that they just added 11 more shows in January.
They did.
With 11 more shows, January 26th, 27th, February 2nd, 3rd, 7th, 9th, 10th, 15th, 17th, and 18th. All new available live at the Sphere. Book your 5B VIP and hotel package today. So here's a whole brand new bunch of shows.
And that Vibey package, they like, you know, the heartbreak I had with the tickets, right? No seat numbers, no section really. And then when I got my tickets, they were in like the worst section possible, but I paid the highest price possible. So it was just 3 months of like email returns and phone call returns and not really fucking getting anywhere. And then finally shit comes out of my Ticketmaster account, and the tickets that they gave me weren't there anymore. I'm like, okay, cool. So now what? And nobody replied shit until like 2 days before the show. I got other tickets that were good seats.
Yeah.
So I guess me bitching and complaining forever gave me what I wanted. And I was fortunate. There's a lot of people who were at the show that were in like customer service lines, like fucking 150 people long, trying to get rid of their shit tickets that they were given for their premium prices. And now those new dates that you're looking at, now they're specifically saying all the stuff purchased through us, through this package, you will not be sitting in any rows from 25 back to 37. It will all be within the first 12 rows.
Right. So they just leave them empty.
Yeah. So they finally didn't give people the shit seats, but the people that bought all the tickets in April, like I did, they're still dealing with that shit now and will until the end of December.
Wow.
It's the company is just shit on constantly. You can't find a nice thing that is said about that company online, but it's a brand new company, so we didn't know when we bought tickets. It was created specifically for this purpose. Wow. And they sent a survey after the concert to me asking how the company is. I'm like, where do I begin? And it was this paragraph upon paragraph upon paragraph of me just shitting on the company as a whole. Like there's absolutely nothing you guys did right, and I'm not the only one. And then I looked online, like on the Facebook groups, and everybody else that got the survey is just like, where do I begin? They're all just like shitting on this company. So I think they got all those replies back and thought, fuck, we need to do something better next time. And now they did. Yeah. And it doesn't help that, there's thousands of us who got garbage service. But I'm not gonna lie, man, that venue, that show, holy fuck. If you can go watch anything at that venue, I recommend it. I don't care what it is. Like Napoleon Dynamite, or even how about that E-fucked video? 78% of
I'm not sure if I can handle a 70-foot version of his 7-inch wang from Big Red.
the dolphin dick.
I'm guessing he's got red hair. I don't know. I didn't look. Big Red.
I would assume so. Unless he's tattooed his dick red.
Yeah. Like a hot dog. He's got like a dog penis.
You ever wonder how they tattoo a dick? Like, do they tattoo it hard or limp? Can you stay hard when they're tattooing you? There's no fucking way I would. I don't know.
I'm not going to find out either. I guess, the thing is, it would be, like I said, I always thought the funnest people to have at the Super Friends orgy would be the Wonder Twins. It could be anything you want.
Anything. And they're really, really close for brother and sister.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's some little bit of action going on.
Yeah, they're probably from Alabama.
Yeah,
I know they're supposed to be aliens, but
the Alabama Wonder Twins.
the Alabama.
Hey sis, I'm bored. What do you want to do? Same old thing as every time Friday. Sorry, no offense to anybody from Alabama.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Or the South, or anywhere. We're just kidding. We're just playing with you, fuck nuts.
Or
anyway,
from Newfoundland, Canada. I think that's the Alabama of Canada.
So do you want to go on and talk more about your trip? You want me to talk about my food experiences?
No, I think I did have an airport thing that when you said you wanted to talk about this, I just started typing it out because there's a lot to it, and it just I completely forgot that it happened. And as I was typing, I was like, how the fuck could I forget that this happened? This is
okay. So this is coming in or leaving?
I was flying Edmonton to Vancouver. And then from Vancouver to Vegas, it's just like fucked up. I kept typing and typing and typing. I was like, I want to record this story because this is fucking amazing. But that this happened. Did you want me to read what I typed?
Yeah. Go ahead and just go ahead. I mean, we're half an inch into this, so you gotta get the tip. Might as well keep going.
Shit, half an inch. That's all I got.
Well,
that includes the tip.
You give it to me twice, I get a whole inch.
All right, perfect. That's good. I'll thrust twice. if I can last that long.
And then finish.
Yeah. All right. So the story starts out, it's a normal trip. Fly from Edmonton, one connection at YVR, which is Vancouver, and then on to Vegas. Everything was normal, except we had an issue in Vancouver. Usually I'm the guy that randomly, air quotes, get selected for extra screening. Like 90% of my air travel, I'm the guy that gets pulled aside, like every fucking time. I always joke that it's the long hair, bearded tattoo guy screening, but not this time. I just went through all the security like normal and thought, this is going to be an easy trip, which of course means that the gods above or the powers that be heard me and decided to take notice and then proceeded to say, the fuck it is. This is not going to be easy for you. We're just like warming you up, buddy. So we had a 2-hour, 45-minute layover in Vancouver. So we skipped lunch in Edmonton so that we could eat in Vancouver since we had plenty of time. So in Vancouver, we would do all of our passport control and screening. So like usually when you leave Edmonton to fly directly to the States, I do all the passport control before I even leave Canada. I land in the States and I'm on my way. So Vancouver's the same way. So if I'm flying Edmonton to Vancouver, I would do all my screening there and then hop on my plane when I land in Vegas. I can just get a cab and head downtown.
Okay.
So yeah, figured we had 3 fucking hours, right? Passport control usually takes 15 minutes. It would give us plenty of time to sit and eat. So we got off the Edmonton flight, followed the signs of Vancouver to our gate, which was the E gates. So we turned when it said E. We kept following the signs. It said E. We walked through 2 duty-free shops, passed some bathrooms, looked up top, said E gates, U.S. departures here, went down some stairs. Then we went through one of those security gates where you have to scan your boarding pass.
Okay.
And we just kept following the signs that said E gates, U.S. and international departures. So we're just fucking going the way we should. And then all of a sudden I get to a point that I've been to this airport before because there's a bunch of display cases and there's like Mickeys and Goofies and other airplanes and just cool little displays that you can walk by as you're going through the airport.
Okay.
Then we kept going, went through another duty-free shop. And then we get to a dead end where there's nothing but glass. So there's a huge glass doors that aren't opening, but behind the glass doors, we can see the signs that say to E gates. U.S. departures and international. I look to my left and there's an escalator, but that leads up to the second floor, which also has E gates on it. But we can't get to the escalator because we're behind glass. So we're down this hallway, all glass. We just follow the signs, and all of a sudden we couldn't go anywhere. We're like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay.
Yeah. And then Jay's like, hey, shit, check it out. There's 3 elevators right behind us. I go, oh, that's fucking awesome.
All right.
Right.
Okay. All right.
We're walking towards the elevators. And she's taking a picture of something. The elevator opens up. Some lady gets out. She gets out, and I put my foot in there to stop the elevator doors from closing. Jay gets beside me. We go inside the elevator. Once we're in there, there's only, I think, 2 floors to pick, 2 and 3. And 2 it said U.S. departures and international. So I just followed. I hit that. We went up the second floor, got out of the elevator, kept following the signs for E gates. We're on this walkway above a passport control. So once you get out of the elevator, you can go downstairs to the passport control, or you can go on this walkway where it says to U.S. departures, E gates.
So should you have gone to the customs? Is that what you should have done?
Well, I don't know about that, because why would you have an option? Right.
True.
You shouldn't have an option. You should be funneled through.
Yeah.
You have to go.
All
so
right.
we walked up towards the E gates, and there's a lady working a desk. And she's like, oh, where's your passport control? Where's your declaration? We're like, oh, we didn't get that. She goes, oh, then you can't go through here. You got to go downstairs through the passport control, which you just asked why I didn't go there, right?
Right.
So yeah, I go, okay, cool. So we walked across the walkway, down the stairs, went to passport control. And the girl's like, oh, which flight did you get off? I was like, oh, we just got off Edmonton. She goes, oh, no, this is right now, if you're going through here, it's because you got off international. You got off domestic. I go, we did. We got off from Edmonton. She goes, you don't need to go through here. This is for people that flew in from China or flew in from Los Angeles. This is where they go through customs. I go, yeah, I don't need to go through customs if I'm flying Canada to Canada.
Right.
So even with
so you're in Vancouver, U.S. or Vancouver, Canada? Which Vancouver are you in?
Vancouver, Canada.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought you were in the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we flew Canada to Canada, Edmonton to Vancouver.
Okay. But you were flying from Vancouver to Las Vegas.
Yeah, with a connection in Vancouver from it.
So right.
The lady, she called another, the lady at the passport checkpoint called another security person to come talk to us. So this other lady shows up and she pulls us off to the side and she's asking how we got there. And I just went step by step, exactly what I did, step by step by step by step. She's like, you ended up on the floor above us? I go, yeah. She goes, how? I go, because we followed the signs that said E gates, international, U.S. departures. And then we just walked down here, and now this lady won't let us through. She goes, yeah, but you can't go through there because you didn't arrive internationally. So she asked again and she asked again. And then I gave her a detailed step-by-step guide on exactly what store, what lounges, duty-free shop, toy displays, the glass dead-end doors we couldn't go through, eventually leading us to this floor where the lady in security above us said to go downstairs to go through customs. And now we are at the point where we're at right now.
Uh-huh.
You're very precise. Like you remembered where you went, like everywhere. I go, yeah, pretty much, just because I was following the signs. And every time I saw the sign, I realized like where I was. Like, oh, I'm next to this duty free shop, or I'm next to this airport lounge that's shut down. She goes, okay, so
Right.
you walked by the airport lounge that was shut down. That's like right down there. I go, yeah, I can see it from the like where we are. I can see it below us. That's
Uh-huh.
the floor we were on before we ended up here. And she's like, okay, hold on a sec. I need you guys to stand right over there. Get out of the way. I'm going to call somebody else. And two more security people showed up. So now there's a lady watching the passport control and three other security people, all on their phones, all on their radios. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is so fucked up. I have no idea how I got here other than I followed signs. Right. She said
Right.
it's impossible for you to go through the boarding pass scanner without talking to somebody there. I go, there was nobody there. We just scanned it. We were behind a family of three that were scanning their stuff, and we scanned our boarding passes, and it led us through to the place right below where we're talking right now. And she's like,
Uh-huh.
somebody should have stopped you. I go, well, there was a guy there, but he was talking to people leaving that area. He wasn't even looking at people coming into the area. She goes, well, his job is to make sure he sees boarding passes. I go, well, he didn't check out the people in front of us and he didn't check out ours. But as long as they opened up the doors with our digital pass, I don't think he cared. Like we just went through, like it wasn't a big deal. We just kept following the signs.
Yeah.
Right. She's
All
like, all
right.
right. So I'm trying to figure out how you got here. You arrived domestically, but you landed in international arrivals. I go, no, I landed where the plane friggin' landed, and I just started following signs. It's so fucked up. I go, wait, hold on. Uh, if I told you I went into an elevator, would that make a difference? And she looks at me, and the other two people stop talking on the radio, and they all look over, like all three of them stare at me. They go, which elevator? I go, it's the one right behind the wall that we're looking at right now. Like right behind that wall is an elevator from the floor below us that takes us to one floor above where we are to that walkway. And then from that walkway, we can walk down to where we are. She's like, how did you get in the elevator? I go, well, we couldn't get up the escalator because there's glass doors. We couldn't get beyond the glass doors. And as we were going to turn around to backtrack to see where we might have gone the wrong way, the elevator opened up and somebody got out. So I just like put my foot in the way and we both walked in there and we hit the button. She's like, all right. So did you notice on the outside there wasn't any buttons to open the elevator? I go, no, I didn't have to look for that because it opened literally when I was standing right in front of it and somebody walked out. So I just walked into the elevator. She goes, all right, so that's the security breach. We found out where it was. There's no way to get in that elevator unless you have like a security card, which you don't have, but you just happened to be in the right place at the right time where somebody was leaving the elevator and the doors were open and you walked into it and it took you to the completely wrong place at the airport. I'm like, huh.
Okay. So, yeah.
So then what they had to do is they had to take us, all three of them had to take us through the passport control right there. We didn't have to fill anything out. And then we went right out to where people collect their baggage. So
Okay.
we were led to the outside of the fucking airport. So then we had to go up an escalator and go through the entire like search again and the entire customs again and take the tram to get to the e-gates again. So as we were doing that, the power shuts down and then the backup power comes on. So it was pitch black for like, I don't know, 30 seconds and then power gets back on. And yeah, we're going through security. So we spent the next, I don't know, 35 minutes going through fucking security and stuff. And then we finally make it to our e-gates and we realize that we were supposed to have 2 hours and 45 minutes to eat food. Our plane leaves in about 15 minutes. And
Holy shit.
because we just been like held up where the
Right.
security breach was, right?
So you
But
couldn't get any food.
we couldn't get any food anyway because nothing was open.
Oh, because of the power
That's right.
situation.
The backup power only kept the lights on and like the boarding process going. Even the power outlets to charge your phone and stuff they had no power. We tried charging our
geez.
phone. So we're like, okay, we're gonna get on the plane with almost no fucking power on our phones, no fucking food. Oh my God, so goddamn frustrating. So yeah, we got on the plane and I got to eat my little thing of cookies that I get from WestJet. Thanks, WestJet. And split a can of Coke. So instead of those little dinky cups with the ice in it, usually when we travel, but with two of us, we just ask for the full can to ourselves and no cups because
Yeah.
we get more pop that way and we don't
Oh
have to worry
yeah.
about that shit ice. But yeah,
Right.
we finally got on the thing and just plugged our phones into the charging outlets. And the thing that really pissed me off is on that flight, there was zero fucking TV shows.
Oh God.
There was absolutely nothing. Like that they said that wasn't working. I was like, cool. So I just sat there and listened to podcasts that I had on my phone. I was looking forward to watching the end of a movie that I started on the flight from Edmonton over. But
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get the special security checks at all. They did pull me off to the side, but then they did waste 2 hours of my time asking me how I got through security. But can you imagine how much trouble the girl in the elevator is going to get into once they look at the video footage and see who it was?
Oh yeah. That she didn't stop you?
No, not at all. Like I was standing in front of the door when it opened and she just walked out. She was on her phone and I just walked into the elevator.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
he's probably in so much shit. But yeah, can you imagine landing, thinking you're landing in domestic arrivals, which you did, but then 4 minutes later, you're in international arrivals past security somehow?
Wow.
Yeah, we missed a turn at the duty free shop. That's it.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah, my flight problems weren't nowhere near as good as yours, but I want you to keep going with any more to the story or your
Oh no,
trip
fuck, I got it. I mean,
before I start mine. So
all I was looking forward to was landing in Vegas, dropping shit off the hotel, and going to get In-N-Out Burger. That's all I fucking wanted because I hadn't
yeah,
eaten for like 4.5, 5.5 hours at that time. Not that
yeah.
I'm, starving, first world problems and shit, but I really wanted to overspend at an airport
Oh
for a
yeah.
meal.
I did manage to do that on the way back. Yeah, I spent $21 for a breakfast burrito and a Coke. Yeah, that was awesome.
That's so stupid, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did see the door that you stayed at, your hotel that you stayed at.
yeah.
And what did you say? There's enough space in between the door and the frame that me and my cock could fit through it or something.
Well, I made a comment about the because I was in an accessible room. It has a peephole at both normal height and like wheelchair height. So I'm
Oh,
like,
nice.
I said, I guess both me and my dick can look outside at the
Yeah.
same time to see who's outside.
That's so
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I did not book an accessible room, but that's what I got put in, and so I had like a fully tiled bathroom with a walk-in shower, like just like no floor, just the
Yeah.
floor because it's for people that are handicapped. So yeah, so that was interesting.
Sorry, it's
Uh,
2023. They're
Handicapable?
no, not even that. Now they're called special needs.
Oh, I thought special needs was people who were formerly known as the R word.
You mean like the guy that put his wiener in my face?
Moo-ha-ha. Yes, that guy. Moo-ha-ha.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely special needs, and what he needs is
Yeah.
Mr. Clay's face near his dong, which he got.
He probably still remembers that.
I hope so.
Uh,
I know I'll never forget.
so did you have any other travel adventures there on
No,
the
man, just
Las Vegas trip? Just
no,
pretty,
just the
just had a
sphere,
good
the
time
outside.
and yeah.
Just amazing on the outside. Like it's just a big ass fucking digital screen, and there's music that plays. If you're standing far away, it's just images, but if you get close, there's sounds that play with the images. Like babies talking. I don't know, man. Yeah, I can't really
Can you
describe
imagine
it.
can you imagine living next to that? I it would be cool for maybe like a little while and then you'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. That's for sure. Like when you're flying in and you see it from up top, you're like, that is probably the coolest fucking building in this city. And this city is filled with cool fucking buildings.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that sucks. They're getting ready for NASCAR in Vegas. So
Yeah.
there's scaffolding put up everywhere for bleachers and stuff. You can't even go see the Bellagio water show because it's nothing but bleachers set up on the sidewalk there for the NASCAR that's going to be on the strip.
Holy crap.
Yeah, there's so much scaffolding put up everywhere, like so much fucking metal, so much construction going on, and then they're shutting down the strip from certain times of the day, so cabs can't even drop you off at your hotel.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure it's $1 billion enterprise. I'm sure the people in Vegas who have money to bring it here are going to be making so much money off of it, but it did seem like an inconvenience for those who live there.
Oh, I can imagine. The thing is, at one point in life, I thought, I'd love to live in a big, like, extravagant city, and now all I want to do is just like live in the boondocks and be away from everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the point where I'm at in life. But
you can
I'm
always
glad
visit.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing is I like to have like a little like little apartment or whatever, and then like a couple months of the year I'd visit, I'd get my cosmopolitan kicks out, you know, few wild parties or whatever, and then go back to calmness and
Yeah, you get some
yeah,
face squirt going on or some
exactly.
dolphin dick or
The wild parties that involve lots of hookers and cocaine,
yeah,
or
and
as
some
yeah, or as W would call it, cocaine,
cocaine.
cocaine. Yeah, So, all right. Well, that sounds like a good trip, man. I'm glad you had a good time. You got to see your favorite band. You had some good companionship. You got to you got to lie to a concierge about somebody's English
Oh,
abilities.
and also the concierge. It's so funny. We were walking through the Paris hotel and resort, and we had to use the restroom. So she goes in to use the restroom. I go in to use the restroom. Being a woman, she takes longer than a man to use the restroom, right? Because probably
Right.
there's more women lined up to use it than there are guys in theirs.
Uh-huh.
And I come out and I see this empty concierge desk that's sort of like right there by the front doors, and nobody's in it. So I just like squeeze behind it, and I'm just leaning up against it from the inside.
Uh-huh.
And these two guys come up. They go, "Hey, excuse me. Do you know you guys have any restrooms around here?" I go, "Oh yeah, right this way, sir. Left, right there for the men. Right there for the women. And enjoy your stay at the Paris Hotel and Resort." And they're like, "Okay," and they keep on going. And then Jay comes out of the bathroom. She's walking towards me, and this whole group of girls is coming up with all their drinks. Like, "Excuse me, excuse me." I go, "Oh, sorry, I don't work here." And I got out from behind the desk and walked away. She's like, "What the fuck just happened?" I go, "People think I work here. I'm just standing here, but I've got like tattoo sleeves. I'm wearing like a short sleeve shirt. My hair's down and a beard. I don't look like I should be working as a concierge at any hotel anywhere."
Yeah.
It was, yeah, I had a fucking great time. I would love to have stood there longer just to give people bad advice because I don't know the area. I don't know anything
Right.
about it. But I
Yeah.
just happened to use the bathroom. That's why I knew where it was when they asked.
Right. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I had
That
a
that
good
is
time.
pretty funny. Good times. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap up Clay's story time adventure for
Hell
his
yeah.
trip and cool weekend, and we'll start on mine's not, I don't know, mine in some ways is maybe exciting and maybe not.
I
So we'll
hope
just
it is.
start off we'll just start off with my travel experience that I got 4 hours of sleep because my flight was supposed to leave at 7 a.m. and I got there and got through security. Like I have it. So we have a new airport here now. We used to have these three small terminals, and then they built a new airport, and I haven't flown since the new airport got built because it was built and started after COVID and then finished here.
Yeah.
So it's been done for a little while. I haven't flown anywhere through the new airport. I've flown through the old airport that was still functioning while they were building it. Now all the old terminals have now been relegated to cargo terminals, and this new terminal is a passenger terminal.
Is
Okay,
it
so now,
beautiful?
well, it's modern, you
No.
know, you
Okay.
know. Uh, it's nicer in many ways. So now we got many more overpriced restaurants and all the
Perfect.
other crap. Oh yeah, perfect, right? But which is better? Because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, okay, I'm old enough to remember, sort of, because when I first went to the old Kansas City airport, it was only a couple years old because my dad would fly out of Kansas City when I was a kid to go down to Texas for work sometimes. And so when we go, this is before the interstate was built that even really connected it. So there was no direct internet connection. Highway connection from here to the airport. So we had to drive through like a roundabout way and downtown and then cross the river and up. Anyway, the only thing that was cool about it was when we'd come back, my mom would go through it wasn't quite as hood as it is now, but it was kind of a hood area. And they had Church's Chicken, and we'd stop and get
Oh,
Church's
nice.
Chicken on the back. So I was always happy if Dad went to the airport. I was sad that he was leaving, but I was happy I was going to get Church's Chicken for lunch. And I was only like 5 years old, 6 years old when he was flying out of town. So it was a new airport then. I remember I have memories, just a little bit of memories of being in the airport and how big it was to me as a kid and all this stuff like that, right? But by the time, it's 2023, that was almost 50 years ago that it was built. It was kind of run down.
Yeah.
And so the thing is the way the old airport was set up. I don't know if did you ever fly through the Kansas City airport?
I landed there once, and I think I took
That's right.
a shuttle or a cab. I think I might have taken a cab to
Yeah.
a hotel, and you picked me up the next day.
Yeah. But so you saw how it was like these little sections, right? So
I
they
have
had
no
well,
memory of it. I
yeah, no
remember there was
memory.
a tornado warning. They had to keep circling because there was
That's
Yeah,
fucked up.
there was a tornado warning. They had to keep circling for 45 minutes or so. And then they finally landed when I guess the air pressure was okay for them to get down from up top to down below.
Uh-huh.
But I
So
don't
anyway, well
remember it.
anyway, the old airport, they had small gate sections. So there was multiple security screening stations at all these small gate sections. So it'd be like 4 or 5 gates and they'd have a security station just for that. Well, so now you have one big security gate with like 12 gates for the entire airport. You come through and then you can get into like many more gates, which has made us more. Now we can have more of an international airport. It's easier. We can be more connecting flights and stuff. It's better, but Lord knows they blew out money like out the ass and the cost overruns and blah 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 and all that crap. Anyway, so it's a new airport. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how long it was going to take. So I wanted to, and then of course I was running late. I was like 20 minutes late leaving the house to get up there. So I left at like 5:20, right? And
Yeah.
the flight was supposed to leave at 6:45, and the
Dude.
boarding stops like 15 minutes before that. So, and it's a half-hour drive from here to the airport. It's like
Yeah.
25, 30 miles. So I'm doing like 80 miles an hour. I got there and parked and was out of my car by 5:47 a.m. And I was on the transit bus by 5:52, and I was at the security gate by 6 o'clock. And I'm like, sweet, I'm good. I
Yeah.
get through there. Security goes fast. As I'm getting up there, they open up another gate because they were still opening gates because it was so early in the morning. So they hadn't had them all open. So they were opening them as we were there. Got through, get to my seat. The gate looks kind of dead, and I'm kind of like, well, this is kind of weird. So
A
I'm
little bit.
kind of flipping through the emails, and I'm like, blah blah blah. Please accept our voucher from Spirit Airlines. I'm like, why do I have a voucher from Spirit Airlines? I go down. Here's a food voucher. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Your flight's been delayed by 3 hours due to
Jesus.
whatever. I'm like, are
You're
you
just some
serious?
dumb fuck taking an elevator and bypassing
Yeah.
security.
So the reason it ended up being is that the pilot or somebody got sick. So this is the plane coming in from Las Vegas. We had a flight coming into Vegas. So I don't know. I'm like, who the fuck's flying from Vegas at like 2 o'clock in the morning, or whatever. It must have been like a midnight flight, and they were supposed to have been there earlier and then, prepped and ready for the morning.
Yeah.
Had to been like the last flight out of Vegas for the day. And so somebody was sick, and so they had to delay it. And so yeah, so we didn't get out of there until like yeah, so it's like basically I get these alerts saying, you're not going to make your connecting flight. We've rebooked you. If this is a problem, whatever. Otherwise, you're already taken care of. I'm like, okay, fine. So I got like a $7 food voucher, but it says like this is not good for on yeah this is
At an
not good
airport.
yeah this is not good for onboard purchases. Must be used whatever. I'm like, okay. So I go to a place to get some food. I'm like, can I pay with a voucher? They're like, yeah, just scan it here or whatever. I'm like, okay. So I mean, I still ended up spending like $4 for breakfast, but it was like $11, which is pretty good for like a sandwich and a drink.
Oh yeah, it's like $12
Yeah,
for two
yeah.
cookies at the airport.
Exactly. That's not even with a reach around. And the
Oh, can I
airport reach around. Well, TSA does it for you for free.
see?
But
That's why I go through the extra security. I like that
if
screening.
how they get up in the crack and everything, man,
Oh
they like
yeah.
check the flaps and everything.
Yeah, they put their
So
pinky in my wiener hole and it stretches it, but I'm not gonna lie, it feels fucking good.
yeah, well, you're weird like that, Clay. You're a docker. So anyway, so that's I'm like, okay, great. So I got 3 hours to fucking play around and fucking be like, God damn it, I could have been sleeping for 2 more hours.
Yeah,
But at least,
I know.
but at least I didn't drive up through rush hour, which I would have had to have done. But whatever, I'm pissed. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I got I got money. I got a $50 voucher for Spirit. That's going to help me a lot. It's good until January 31st or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's a long time. Helpful. So I get to Vegas. I get off in the thing. And there's like fucking like gambling section right there, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? And then so then I had like a 2 hour fucking layover in fucking Vegas, and I'm just like, I got nothing to do. I mean, so I'm by myself. So everything I get to I get through Vegas, I get out to LA. So I'm a couple hours later. So instead of being there before noon, I'm there around 3 o'clock. I get there about two something. I get an Uber, get to the hotel, and they're like, yeah, check-in's not until 3 o'clock. Who the fuck checks in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? You can't check in until 3. I guess that's normal. It's like 20 minutes away. And I'm like, okay, you can't check me in a little fucking early. I mean, you running that tight a schedule. So I go, so there's a Whataburger right there, literally next to the hotel. So I'm like, fuck it. I guess I'll just go eat some lunch. I'm hungry and I'll go eat and then I'll come back and check in. So I go over to Whataburger. I just get a single cheeseburger Whataburger meal, just a simple meal, no tomato and all the normal stuff. And okay, that's good. Went back to the hotel, checked in. This is pretty boring stuff here. So, I mean, that was my adventure getting there. And so I was going to do a tantra massage while I was out there in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't get one figured out and scheduled for Friday night, which is when I wanted to do one because I had most of these tantra places, they only take cash only, right? Because, the kind of business that it is, right? So I'm sitting there with like $600 in cash on me, just for the trip plus to cover a massage. A single guy, I'm not saying that it was a bad neighborhood because where I was at, which was Westminster, is not a bad area of town, but it's still LA. And anywhere in LA can be suspicious at times, depending on who's around you. I mean, within like an hour, I'd seen like 5 homeless people just like right there, I mean, right and right near because there's like I went over to the gas station that was across the street from the hotel to get a couple of drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, I'm like, okay, great. So I got like $600 in cash on me, which I don't want to advertise because people will kill you for $40, let alone 600. So I just kind of chilled out that night. And for the most part, my trip experience wasn't that good. I went out there, Saturday and Sunday. I saw a music festival called Gates of Metal 3. And saw like, I don't know, 25, 30 bands, all metal. What's that?
I see one. You see 30.
Yeah.
I'm losing this competition.
Yeah.
I'm losing.
Yeah, it's not competition, but you had a big, wild experience. I'm in this like kind of small little amphitheater with about 200 gnarly metal dudes, and it was a total sausage fest, probably about 90% dudes and 10% women. And it was a good time, maybe 15% women, but it was a good time. I didn't rent a car when I was out there. I decided that because the car, God, compared to what it used to be, car rental now is ridiculously expensive, like $100 a day.
It used to be like 30, 25 bucks a day.
Yeah, 25, $30 a day. Now it's like $100 a day. And that's even before you add if you want to pay for their insurance and not trust your insurance and trust your car is not going to have a window broken out or somebody tries to steal it or somebody runs you off the road or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm just going to do Uber. So I ended up spending about $150 on Uber versus $450 or so for a car rental. I think I came out ahead on that. I didn't get to now I didn't get to have the freedom that I like to normally have when I'm in Los Angeles. I like to be able to go to other places and stuff, but I'm like, I don't need to go into LA. I don't need to go to a CD store. I don't need to go all the way up to Trejo's Tacos for tacos. I'm just going to make this a very low key trip. So anyway, I did manage to get a tantra massage set up for Monday afternoon. So that's what I was looking forward to, is a tantra massage before I came home. Now, yes. Yeah, we will get to that. And so basically, it's been a good weekend. I was supposed to have a friend come down from a little city called Rancho Cucamonga there in California, and he couldn't get off work to come down and hang out for the weekend. So I was just by myself, watched some TV. Watched the first Beverly Hills Cop movie. I hadn't seen that
Fucking
for a while.
I think
it is a great movie.
I think the second one is better. It's in my opinion, I love the second Beverly Hills Cop better than the first. But I love
Bridget Nielsen was hot in that. Yes, she was. I started watching. I didn't get a chance to watch all of Beverly Hills Cop 2. They had them back to back on Showtime. So,
and I would rather watch you shitting than watch number 3. I would rather sit there in the bathroom and watch you take a dump, begging me for a reverse Blumpkin, which,
well, let's be honest, it'll be over a lot quicker because I don't take 2.5 hour shits or 2 hour shits. So
yeah,
not anymore.
3 is just a dumpster fire that's been bukkake. No, face squirted on. It's just terrible.
Face squirted on a Oreo slammer.
That's right. That's that fucking movie. Anyway,
Anyway, so basically, I just had a pretty chill. Like I said, so basically, like I said, my trip's not quite. I don't have quite as many adventures as you, but I mean, I had some adventures.
I didn't want to have the adventures.
Well, no,
I just followed the fucking signs, and I ended up breaking some sort of security protocol. Ah,
At least you didn't. Well, hold on. You never did tell me about that. Didn't you say they put you in a security room and eyeballed you, or is that what you told me when they were all eyeballing you there,
yeah, they're
waiting?
like
Oh,
three of them just sitting there like they're talking on the radio, and they kept like looking over and like staring at me. They put me in a corner. It's like do you really think I would be scamming something somewhere if I willingly walked down to the passport area and said, "Hey, I think I'm lost. Can you lead me here?" Like,
right.
yeah. Oh, I get it though. It's the tattoo, long haired. Maybe they're like, fuck, don't we usually screen people like this? How come he wasn't screened when he got off the plane?
Especially look at him. Don't we screen people like this?
Yeah, don't talk to her because she doesn't speak English.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, I
So
speak it, I just don't write it or I don't read it.
yeah, that's funny. Uh, okay. So anyway, so basically the first 3 days been pretty simple. The first night I came in, I had Whataburger for lunch, and then guess what? I had Whataburger for dinner.
There's nothing wrong
Right.
with that.
Yeah. And then Saturday I went to this place called Navarro Taqueria, which was pretty good. And I had burrilla tacos for the first time. They're like
Okay.
they're like I don't know how to describe them, but they're basically special kind of meat and like cheese and stuff, and you dip it kind of into like a liquid, kind of like a French dip, but it's like a Mexican French dip, but it's with
Okay.
tacos. Really good, really good. Very messy, but really good. And then I had, after the concert late at night, had In and Out again. So that's 3 times.
So In and Out or Whataburger?
I didn't mean Whataburger, In and Out. They don't
Oh,
have
In and Out.
Whataburger in,
Okay.
in California. It's In and Out. Yeah. So I haven't had In and Out for a while. So I had In and Out twice on Friday, had it once on Saturday. On Sunday, I went to Original Tommy's for lunch. So Original Tommy's is a chain that was started in Los Angeles. And I don't know if it's expanded much out of Los Angeles, but they're really known because they put chili on pretty much everything, like chili stuff. So I had a double chili. This is a gut bomb. I had a double chili cheeseburger with chili cheese fries and a large Coke.
I was hoping you would say a large chili Coke. I'm like, you had me until the chili
Yeah.
Coke.
No, the chili Coke, no. So the thing is that I hadn't had it since I was in my 20s when I was out in LA with my friend Kurt and Marcel, and yeah, it was nowhere near as good as In and Out. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna have this ever again. I think my 50-plus-year-old stomach has decided that chili cheeseburgers and chili cheese fries are not the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had that, and then I had In and Out again for dinner on the way
Oh
when
man,
I
you're
got
so
back.
lucky. I wish. I only did it
Yeah,
once.
yeah. So I had in 4 days I had In and Out 5 times. So
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's
no.
beautiful.
Yes. So but here's a nice thing. Since I don't normally have In and Out except for once in a while, I never really get a chance to really experiment a little bit. So
Yeah.
so the first time, I wasn't all that hungry, so I just got a single cheeseburger, just pretty much the normal cheeseburger with no
Yeah.
tomato, right? Got the same thing the next night. The next night I decided, hey, I'm going to do animal style double double.
Okay.
No fries and a shake, which was good. But messy. I was like, okay, I don't like that. So by Sunday, I kind of came across what I've discovered is my perfect setup. Although I did make it a little bit bigger on Monday. So I did a double double, no tomato, add pickles, grill the onions, toast the bun, perfection. And then I got a 3 by 3 on Monday night. So a triple cheeseburger,
Yeah, I
no
don't eat.
tomato and no tomato.
Yeah, I don't eat cheese. My In and Out go to is usually two double burgers, animal style. So they put the
Yeah,
pickles and the mustard fried right into the thing and the grilled
yeah.
onions. And I also get raw onion, so I get pretty much double onion on it.
Now see that
And
I'd like to try.
yeah, and then I get animal style fries with no cheese sauce. So
So
the
what does that mean on the animal style fries? 'Cause I
animal
didn't
style
get the
fries
fries.
is their burger sauce on the fries with grilled onions. So
Ooh,
it's
that
a
sounds tasty.
yeah, and it usually comes with cheese sauce, which I don't get because I don't like cheese. But yeah, it's definitely
Mm.
my two fucking massive burgers, and I use a fork to eat the fries because they're all gooey and shit. But yeah, it's the way to go. Animal style burger and animal style fries, no cheese sauce. Two doubles. So yeah, that's a lot of meat, right? Like 4 patties, twice as much onions, 4 buns. It's a lot of food. I find In and Out their fries are fucking trash. They're just garbage. So you have to do something to them. They're
They're what?
terrible fries.
They're fry. Oh yeah, if there's anything that I would improve with In and Out, would be better French fries. I mean,
That's it.
now I like the fact that I mean, you can sit there and watch them. You see the raw potatoes, you see
Yeah.
them being peeled, you see them being made
Yep.
fresh, but they need to do something. I don't know what.
Well, that's why you
Something.
get it animal style.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can eat them. Otherwise, I would just do like 3 double burgers.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing a couple of times. I just didn't get the fries. Since you don't really have a true combo meal there, you just buy whatever. They just
Yeah.
combine it. Well, you do they have combos, but you only save like 20 cents or whatever. I just get the drink and then I get the burger and I'm good.
Yeah, if I get a milkshake, I make it just a 1 double burger. If I get like a soda, then it's 2 double burgers.
Yep.
But once I get
Yeah.
a milkshake, I definitely can't eat all the burger I want.
No, I agree. So that was my food experience. Although I had some pad thai on Monday for lunch. So I changed up the lunch. I wasn't going to go in and out like 8 times.
Yeah.
Or I could have. I was definitely burgered out by the end of the weekend, but they were good burgers. I mean,
it's fucking awesome. I love eating there, and I never go to White Castle since I went to it like 20 years ago and it was garbage.
Yeah.
But I figured I'd try it again. So I grabbed one of their little sliders and it tastes like it's microwaved, even though I know it's steamed, but it tastes gross. But their little chicken slider was pretty decent. Threw some mayo on there and it was a good, decent little chicken slider. Did you see that I went to the World of Coke?
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh
yeah.
shit. They do an international, like you know how I travel and I try different shit.
Yeah.
They do an international platter. So it's 16 different drinks from around the world that they sell. So different Fantas or different colas or different tonic waters. But yeah, so they give you enough. There was 2 of us. We had the 16 pack plus a 8 pack of floats. So they do 8 of their drinks. They turn them into floats. But yeah, the international I paid $25 for it. Seems like a lot of money, but you're getting 18 drinks and we didn't even finish them. So then it doesn't seem like too much money.
I mean, did you sip each one at least? I mean,
yeah, we tried every one of them, and then
okay.
the ones that were really good, we finished those. We finished all the floats, and then there was one that tasted like perfume. It literally burnt the inside of my mouth when I was drinking it. I felt like somebody opened up perfume and just poured it into my mouth. All I know is that next time I go to Italy, if somebody offers me Beverly, I'm not gonna fucking touch that shit. And then there was one that would fit right up Kansas City's butthole. But
it's barbecue flavored.
Yeah, it's sour plum from China, but it tastes like mesquite. Like you're drinking it and it's carbonated mesquite. And I'm just like, why the fuck would anybody want this? So those are definitely 2 that I tried them twice. Try it once, and like, let me try that again. Try it the second time. Yeah, I'm not going to try that one a third.
Yeah. I actually did get to visit a Coca-Cola location. I went to the one in Atlanta when I was there for a concert many year 2007. Actually, I remember the year.
Well, I was JoeCon for 2007 for me. I went to the Coke one.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Actually, maybe I went earlier than that. I don't know. I've been in Atlanta several times, but
Ooh,
yeah,
brag.
Well, I try not to. But yeah, so that was really good.
But it's cool. Like they have the whole bottling plant there. You can actually watch the bottles through and get filled, and then you can go to that 4D theater and like watch the 4-minute quick little video on Coca-Cola, and you feel like you're getting splashed with Coke or there's like mice running underneath you through the factory. It's definitely cool. I like the factory.
I just want to live out my inner Flashdance fantasies and just be on a stage with a chair and just pull a lever and Coca-Cola just drenches my body and it's all sticky.
I was gonna say that's not going to be sticky in the long run. You need someone to lift it off.
Oh yeah, Jessica Biel will work even now.
I was thinking about the special needs guy that shoved his wang in my face. I could track him down and hire him.
That's your fantasy.
I already lived my fantasy. Now it's your fantasy.
Moo-ha-ha, wang! All right, so that was my food adventures. I had a really good time, and I'm sad that there's no In-N-Out here in my city. The closest
but
one.
Then you wouldn't appreciate it.
I know. That's the way I feel now about Whataburger. Now I have a Whataburger that's like 2.5 miles from my house now.
Is it that good?
I still like Whataburger. I thought I liked Whataburger more than In-N-Out, but I think I like In-N-Out more than Whataburger.
I think I had Whataburger at a Texas airport once, and it was just not memorable.
Houston? Was it Houston?
I don't know. It was on a G.I. Joe Con 2014, I think. I connected through Houston, so that probably.
Because I remember I went through Houston and I ate at Whataburger in the Houston airport when I was on my way to Mexico.
Right. So,
So
yeah, that was probably it because I did
yeah.
connect through Houston.
And you know what though? I thought, I don't know, they're both good, but the In-N-Out's cheaper
Oh,
and everything. I don't know. I think I like In-N-Out better because I can tell you this: I ate there 5 times, even late at night,
yeah.
and I never felt ill.
Well, that's
Not
good.
once. Not once. No, it was pretty damn cool.
You ever had
Uh,
Smash Burger?
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had one in Colorado somewhere, Denver maybe. Just driving
Have
through.
Have
Meh.
you ever had? This is funny because of the name of the place, but have you ever had Five Guys?
Oh. Oh my God, so many times. I
So
can't even
many.
count how
Yeah.
many times.
Is it next to a Wiener Schnitzel?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
very filling. I'll tell you that much.
yeah, Five Guys and a Wiener Schnitzel, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But Five Guys is a burger chain that's here. I don't know how many cities it's in, but there's plenty of them in Kansas City, and they literally give you a bag of French fries so big it's like enough for 2 people. I mean,
It's
you
true.
can't finish it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we have Five Guys in Edmonton and Calgary and stuff, and I love it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So they're really good, but the thing is you're spending
Ooh, yeah.
15 to $20 for your meal just for you. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
I mean, now you get a lot
very
of food,
expensive.
and the fries are definitely better than the In-N-Out.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Do you get the
but
Cajun ones or the regular?
I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there. They're expensive, so I don't really
I always
go.
do Cajun, and it burns like over, like I get tearied later.
I thought you liked
Eat
it when
it.
it burns.
Well, I mean, I like it when it hurts, not when it burns. I don't
So,
like when it burns when I pee, which is far
oh,
too often.
wow, we only got a couple minutes left. So
So
before I start,
we're not gonna dive
well,
into my burning pee.
no, well, we can burn into that. We can dip into that a little bit, but I think I'll have to stop, and we'll have to if you're still good or if you need to stop, well, we can talk about
I
the
actually gotta
tantra
go buy.
massage experience.
I have to
So,
go buy milk,
okay.
and it's starting to snow, so my car won't go on snow. So I gotta go quick to grab it, and then tomorrow morning at like 7, I've got to fucking hook up my goddamn battery to my truck and get shit going. I fucking hate
Well,
living here. Anyway,
well, then let me give you the minute point 30
yeah,
special on the tantra massage. So Monday I
please.
got the tantra massage lined up, and I'm
Yeah.
all excited about it because I've told you my stories about being trained in tantra.
Yes.
I go to the place. It's in a private residence. They got it all set up. It's supposed to be a tantra massage place, right? That's what it says. Well, I think it was more of a glorified whatever because I can tell you this. I mean, I had a great time. And because of my training, I was able to make sure I had a really good experience. I had multiple orgasms and a really good, satisfying ending. But to say she was tantra massage would be a stretch because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck place you trained at, because it's nothing like my training. I'm like, my training, I mean, I'm not going to brag, but I mean, I'm fairly well educated a little bit on it, even though I haven't practiced as much as I'd like. But anyway, it was a good time. It wasn't, it was definitely really good, but for the money it cost me, it wasn't quite what I hoped for. So that's all I'll say. I had a great time. I had multiple orgasms, but it was not as overwhelming as I would have liked.
Sad face.
Yeah. So that'll wrap it up. That's the end of my trip. That was my trip. Flew home, no problems.
So we're saying peace out, no dolls.
That's right. Peace out. And Clay, you have fun with the snow.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Well, he's made me laugh for sure. Like, he's got this one bit about when you feel like you know you're gonna cry, and you are trying to make it home, and you feel like everybody in the world can see this guy's gonna cry. So even you're in your car and you're just trying to hold it together till you get home. And so he goes through this whole thing. He talks about when you're at home and you're crying and you're in front of the mirror because you want to see how disgusting you look, and then the phone rings and you answer it, even though, why would you? So he's made me laugh a lot, and I want to like this guy. But he went through his whole thing recently where, like, his brother stole a pile of his money. He became unfamous. You follow all that stuff?
No, I don't follow Danko.
Okay. So his brother was his business manager, ended up embezzling, like, millions of dollars from him. And then he was not as famous. Like, he fell off, and now he's making, like, a resurgence. So he's been on podcasts recently, like Tiger Belly, and he's been on Your Mom's House, and I watch him, and I'm like, I want to like this guy. And he talks, and he tries to be vulnerable about, he just tries to be more human. And there's just something blocking. It's like a guy that is so handsome, and he's gotten so many girls, and then he tries to tell you that he's had a tough go.
Oh,
and you're like, I can't really hear this. Even, he lost both of his parents inside, like, 9 months. His dad got terminal cancer, and then his mom did. So he's been through some shit. Yeah. But then I still look at him, and I'm like, I just can't get there. Like, I want to like you, but it's like the guy who, is the captain of the football team, and then he gets the prom girl, and his life goes great, and then, he wants to tell him you got a flat tire, and he's bitching, and you're like, go fuck yourself.
I like Dane Cook in Waiting.
Yeah, I like him too.
Love him in Waiting.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch.
What did I do? And you're the biggest piece of shit in this restaurant. What the fuck did I do? Yeah. Which is true. He didn't do anything the whole fucking movie. That's right. Do you know the weird thing about that movie? I just found this out. The guy that plays Mitch, the guy that is in training all day long, who doesn't say anything, then finally gives him the fucking goat, gives him the finger, says the biggest piece of shit on the planet. He wrote Spider-Man Homecoming.
Wow.
Right?
That's
him
crazy.
And somebody else. They have
impressive.
A writing team and a company, and they got paid. Spider-Man Homecoming is written by that guy.
Yeah, I think that's like one of my...
But he was also on Freaks and Geeks.
I didn't see that.
It's a TV show, like 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Freaks and Geeks.
Who's the guy?
Who's Seth Rogen?
No, the director, the writer.
Judd Apatow?
Judd Apatow.
Oh, okay.
It was his show before. Like Seth Rogen was in it. Linda Cardellini. So a lot of Franco was in it. They were all in this thing.
Oh, wow.
And it lasted very, very short. It was long. I think they were long episodes. It was a very, very short-lived show, but they all had, like, massive history with Judd Apatow after that. And they're all skyrocket stars now because of it.
Have you ever heard of the movie The Room?